to another YouTube video. The exhaust is on. But yeah, the exhaust is on. I think it sounds pretty good other than the few minor fixes I got to fix, like such as adding resonators, which I'll talk about in this video. But let's just skip forward to right when I got the exhaust done. All right, so we are back from the exhaust shop. Definitely changes the car quite a bit. I'm going to show you guys some clips of the audio. Yeah, as far as, you know, the exhaust, I just got it done. I'm pretty happy with it. There's some things I got to definitely change about it. I went with 2 1/4, pretty much a straight pipe all the way through. No cats, no resonators, nothing. And then a 2.5 inlet to 3-inch exhaust outlets. As far as the blast pipe, definitely very, very, very raspy. Idle sounds amazing. Same with when I'm actually revving it, sounds really good. But when I'm driving, it's just really, really raspy, really drones out. So definitely got to buy a nice resonator and get that installed. So a little bit more I'm going to do to the exhaust work just to fine tune it. But we're outside, so I'm going to get some clips of the actual car outside, as well as let me show you guys a little warm start on the car and get your opinion on it. All right, guys, so that was a little cold start. Not so much as a cold start, more of a warm start. It does sound really, really good. I definitely think the chrome blast pipes are definitely the move. Accents a lot of, you know, features and things about the car. One of my favorite things about the car for sure is just all the chrome little like not trim, but like accents. So for example, like the blast pipes, the little things on the blinkers, the little flames, the flame rotor covers, as well as the chrome banner on the side, as well as I am starting a little shopping list down, if you will. Definitely thinking about taking all the stickers off the back windshield, going for like a cleaner window look, and redoing the front windshield sticker stack. But the car is looking really, really good. I'm really happy with how the wrap is coming out for the most part. Definitely some things I need to fix, like ordering enough to actually finish the roof. I want to redo the hood just because that was the first piece I wrapped. Didn't know really how to wrap, so it doesn't look great. And then the front bumper as well just didn't stick too well with it being a fiberglass bumper. So like, for example, that area right there. Other than that, the car is looking really, really good, in my opinion at least. I'm definitely going to be biased, as it is my car. But, you know, it's coming along. It's coming along. Literally in the last video, the car looked entirely different. So I've been trying to grind with it. Definitely has changed a lot, and I'm very happy with how it's coming out. So let me give you guys a little edit of around the car.
My father said, "Don't be so scared." Driving home all alone, you're in a hospital bed. I close my eyes.
All right, chat. So right now we're going for a little bit of like a test drive. I'm not too sure how I feel about the exhaust. I definitely like it on like low RPM, low power, low gas. I definitely think that it's way too much in the high RPMs. So this is all low RPM right now. I don't know if you guys can hear me too well. And then that one's when it's high RPM or high rev. So I'm definitely a fan of the exhaust for the most part. I definitely need to do a resonator of some sort. I'm gonna order a high glass pack one from Borla and hope that definitely helps, you know, with some of that high pitch tone. I'm really loving the deep tones, not too much of a fan of the high tones. But you know, what did I really expect with an inline 6 with no cats, no resonators, pretty much nothing. Just put it in power mode. Let's see how that sounds. So definitely really, really loud. Super raspy as well. Definitely need to do a resonator of some sort. It is like ear deafeningly loud. I wanted to go to a bigger inlet size or actual tubing. Right now I'm at 2 1/4. I wanted to actually go up to 2 1/2, maybe even 3. But the shop that I usually take my car to, I've taken all my cars there to do exhaust work. They said that my car is super, super low, and if I wanted to do 2 1/2 or even 3 inch, I would definitely have to raise the car up. And I don't want to do that. Right now I'm chilling at like 1500 RPM, going 10 mile an hour. And super, super loud. So I definitely need to do something about that. I love the low tones of it, like this part, like love that sound for sure. I'm only going 1100. I'm only at 1100 RPMs when it's making that noise. Now, as far as the high tones though, definitely not a big fan. I definitely gotta get that figured out. This exhaust is like just obnoxiously loud. So, but the main reason that I wanted to get the exhaust taken care of is the catalytic converter on this car was already going out. So anytime I would drive for more than like 5 minutes, the catalytic converter icon would pop up, because this car, and I don't know if it's for all Japanese cars, but for this car at least, anytime your catalytic converter or you have an oxygen sensor or anything go out, instead of throwing a check engine light, it'll actually flag a catalytic converter light. There's a separate icon for it. And it would just throw it after 5 minutes of driving. And so I definitely needed to get it taken care of. So although the loudness and the raspiness of it is one thing, I am glad that my exhaust is technically fixed now, in the fact of can't throw any cat codes if there's no cat. Alright guys, so now that we have talked about the exhaust and kind of gone over that, plan to do the resonator soon, so hopefully by like the next video that should be done, or at least like kind of start to figure it out. Ignore how messy the room is, kind of ignore that. We'll pan over here. And then since we did the exhaust, I am going to install a new part that I ordered for maintenance wise. I have done literally everything maintenance wise on this car. I have done new battery, new terminals, new fuses inside the engine bay, new fuses inside the cabin, like near the footwell of the driver's seat. I've done coolant flush, oil change, all new spark plugs, new ignition switch, new distributor cap, like literally everything you can think of for this car. The only things that I have left to do is new IAT, which I want to do because it's the intake air temperature sensor. I want to do that since I just got the HKS cold air intake installed, so I want to just kind of make sure that's mapped up correctly. And then all that's left from that is valve cover gasket and oil pan gasket, just because those are always good to do, as well as belts, serpentine belt, water pump belt, everything like that. The valve cover gasket's going to wait until I'm actually starting in the engine bay, just because I do want to take the valve cover and get it painted. Oil pan will probably be within that same, like when I'm focusing on engine bay, just because it'll always be good to have done. Can't go wrong with it. But so let's go fix that new maintenance part I ordered. I don't know if I already said it, but I got a IAT sensor, so it'll be mapped properly. All right, so we got a new IAT sensor. So it's one thing that I've been meaning to replace on this car for a minute now. Such a large bag for such a tiny sensor. So this sensor was luckily not super expensive. I am worried about the just overall connectors and wires to it. It does seem to be the same exact sensor. The very end is a little bit different, so that's one thing I'm worried about. I did look up the exact part number, and it did show up as this exact part. So, or this exact piece. So I think it'll be good and healthy to at least, you know, kind of replace this. Just like so. Make sure this is fully plugged in. There we go. That's a new IAT sensor installed. Alright guys, so we're back inside. We got the IAT sensor installed. Like I said, it looks a little bit different, but it's 30 years old, so I don't think they're going to make them look the exact same. But yeah, thank you for watching another video. Like I said, I plan to just start actually documenting it, actually recording more of the process. Definitely need to do the resonator soon, as well as finish up the wrap on the roof. Maybe a little bit more exterior pieces, finally save up for some wheels. And then we got that IAT sensor out, so maintenance-wise is almost done. But thank you guys for watching another video, and you guys have a good one.